Tell me if this sounds familiar. You sit down to study. You read a page. You feel like you understand it. You move to the next page. 2 hours later, someone asks you a simple question from the first page, and your mind goes completely blank. You think to yourself, I just studied this. Why is it gone? Here's the truth that took me years to understand. Memory is not a video recording. You don't just look at something and it stays forever. Memory is a skill, a muscle. And like any muscle, it works in specific ways that most teachers never explain. Today, I'm going to share with you how memory actually works. Not theory, not motivational talk, practical, science-backed methods that let you memorize faster and remember longer. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll realize that your problem was never your brain. It was just your approach. Let's begin. Your brain is not a hard drive. Before we get to techniques, you need to understand one thing. Your brain is not designed to store information. It's designed to survive. Every single day, thousands of pieces of information enter your mind. What you ate for breakfast, the color of the bus you saw, a random conversation you overheard. Your brain's job is to delete almost all of it. If it kept everything, you'd go insane. The only information your brain keeps is information it considers important. So the question becomes, how do you convince your brain that what you're studying is important enough to keep? That's what these techniques do. The story method. Your brain is wired for stories. It has been for thousands of years. Long before writing existed, humans passed knowledge through stories. And your brain still remembers stories better than it remembers lists, facts, or formulas. Here's how to use this. Never memorize a list of facts. Connect them into a story. Let's say you're trying to remember the causes of a historical event. Don't memorize bullet points. Create a narrative. Imagine a character living through that time. What pressures did they feel? What choices did they face? When you turn facts into a story, you give your brain a hook, a path to walk through when you need to recall them. This works for every subject, even science, even math. Create a story around the formula. Why does it exist? What problem does it solve? Stories stick. Lists don't. The memory palace. This is ancient. The Greeks used it, Roman orators used it, and modern memory champions still use it today. Here's how it works. Think of a place you know extremely well. Your home, your childhood home, the route you walk to school every day. Now, to remember a list of things, you place each item in a specific location in that place. Let's say you need to remember 5 historical dates. In your mind, you walk through your front door. On the shoe rack, you place the first date as a vivid, weird image. On the coat hanger, you place the second date. On the dining table, the third. When you need to recall them, you simply take that mental walk again. You see each image in its location. Why does this work? Because your brain evolved to remember places. Thousands of years ago, remembering where the safe cave was or where the water source was meant survival. You're hacking that ancient survival system. You're using a part of your brain that's naturally strong to carry the part that's naturally weak. Active recall with the blurting method. This is the single most powerful memorization technique in existence, and almost no one uses it. Here's what most students do. They read, they reread, they highlight, they read again. This is passive. It creates the illusion of knowing. Here's what works. Close the book. Take a blank page and write down everything you remember. Don't check, don't peek, just write. When you get stuck, stare at the wall for a minute and try to pull more out. Then open the book and see what you missed. Those gaps? Those are the exact spots your brain hasn't stored yet. Now you know exactly what to focus on. This is called the blurting method. It's uncomfortable. It feels like failing. But that discomfort is the feeling of your brain building connections. Every time you force your brain to retrieve information, you strengthen the neural pathway to that information. It's like walking the same path through a forest. The more you walk it, the clearer it becomes. The Feynman Technique. Richard Feynman was a Nobel Prize-winning physicist. He had a superpower. He could explain the most complex ideas in simple language. His technique was simple. After you study something, take a blank page. At the top, write the name of the concept. Then, below it, Explain it as if you're teaching it to a child, not a smart adult, a child. Use simple words, no jargon, no complex terms. Wherever you get stuck, wherever your explanation breaks down, that's where your understanding is weak. Go back to that part. Study it again. Then try explaining again. When you can explain it simply, you truly know it. This works because teaching forces understanding. Memorization without understanding is fragile. It breaks under pressure. Understanding lasts. Spaced repetition. Remember the forgetting curve I mentioned earlier? Within 24 hours, your brain forgets most of what you learned, unless you intervene. Spaced repetition is the intervention. Instead of reviewing everything every day, you review at increasing intervals. Day 1, review after 1 hour. Day 2, review again. Day 4, review again. Day 7, review again. Day 14, review again. Each time you review right before you are about to forget it, you tell your brain, this is important, keep it. There are apps that automate this. Anki is the most famous, but even a simple notebook with dates works. The key is timing. Don't cram all reviews together. Space them out. Let your brain do the work of reaching back for the information. Sleep on it. I mentioned this before, but it deserves its own place here. Sleep is not the enemy of memorization. Sleep is the partner. During deep sleep, your brain replays the day's learning. It strengthens connections. It moves memories from temporary storage to permanent storage. If you study something right before sleep, your brain prioritizes it during the night. Here's a practical strategy. In the hour before bed, review the most difficult material, then sleep. When you wake up, do a quick, active recall session. The combination is devastatingly effective. The information goes in, gets processed overnight, and comes out stronger in the morning. Emotion and weirdness. Your brain is designed to remember emotional things. Things that made you laugh, things that scared you, things that shocked you. It's also designed to remember weird things, things that stand out. You can use this. When you need to memorize something dry, attach a weird or emotional image to it. Need to remember that the capital of France is Paris? Imagine the Eiffel Tower wearing a funny hat. It's silly. That's the point. Silly is memorable. Need to remember a chemical formula? Imagine it as a character in a mini drama. Make it emotional. Make it strange. Your brain will delete boring. It will keep weird and emotional. So, here's what all of this means. Memorizing fast is not about reading faster. It's not about spending more hours. It's about working with your brain's natural design. Stories over lists, places over pages, retrieval over rereading, simplicity over complexity, spacing over cramming, sleep over sacrifice, weirdness over boredom. These are the tools, and the beautiful thing is, you already have everything you need to use them. You don't need a better memory. You just need to use the memory you have, the way it was designed to be used. Start with one technique, just one. Try it today. The story method, the memory palace, active recall. Pick the one that feels most interesting and apply it to whatever you're studying right now. You will feel the difference immediately. Now, I want to hear from you. Which part of memorization do you struggle with the most? Is it forgetting what you studied the next day? Is it going blank in the exam hall? Is it feeling like you understand but can't explain? Take a moment, think honestly, and write it in the comments. I read every single one, and in future videos, I'll speak directly to the struggles you share. Because this is not a one-way conversation. We're in this together. Your memory is stronger than you think. You just haven't been shown how to use it. Now you have the map. Start walking. I'm with you. All the very best.